KMBC 9 First News starts now.
This victory is upon us. There's still a lot that's got to be done.
Jackson County property owners are celebrating a ruling ordering the county to pay back some taxpayers. But will they ever see a refund? The hurdles left to clear before anyone gets their money back.
Property owners in Johnson County, Kansas will start getting important notices this weekend. We'll fill you in on the property tax document you'll be seeing in the mail.
And we are just one day out from the Kansas City Chiefs' first game of the preseason. Hear from QB1 ahead of tomorrow's game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. 6 o'clock on your Friday. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on First News. I'm Jamie Weiss.
I'm Cody Holyoke. Morning, Kansas City. Good morning, Nick Bender. Or did we just break a record?
Did we?
You tell me.
Yes.
It's cold, right?
We did just break a record. It's 54 degrees right now. The previous record was 55, set back in 1924. So it's chilly. So you need to maybe throw on an extra layer in some spots. The possibility of fog, it's there maybe in just a few spots for about the next 30 minutes or so, but the sun's starting to come up here in Kansas City. Beautiful sunrise on a cool, crisp, autumn-like day. You have dew point values in the 40s and 50s. That's what I would expect to find in October. So it does feel like October. It doesn't feel humid at all, and there won't be any humidity for this afternoon. 57 degrees in Odessa, 57 in Lee Summit, 54 in Leavenworth, 55 degrees in St. Joseph. So look ahead on the 12-hour forecast for today in Kansas City. Temperatures reaching into the mid-70s this afternoon with a light north breeze, only 5 to 10 miles per hour. The typical high this time of year is in the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees. Nowhere near that this afternoon. 74 in Leavenworth and Atchison, 74 in St. Joseph, 74 in Lee Summit. Probably feeling a bit on the cooler side as well with a mix of sun and clouds through the day. Jamie.
All right. Thank you, Nick. So weather's not going to be a factor for you on the roadways this morning, but we did just get an accident reported. Icon hasn't popped up on our map yet, but can tell you I-70 westbound near Woods Chapel Road. We've got an accident reported over on the right-hand shoulder. Should not slow down any drivers as they make their way out the door, but just something to keep an eye out for. And this morning, we are watching the fallout of a decision by the Missouri State Tax Commission that's impacting Jackson County taxpayers.
The commission ruled some 75% of last year's assessments by the county for property were incorrect. It ordered the county to roll back any property valuations over 15%, capping them at 15%, which means the county has to pay back its taxpayers. Of course, we're working to answer your many questions. We get it on what's next for you and your money. But county and state leaders don't really have solid answers right now.
Jackson County legislators at the center of the issue were at the courthouse on Thursday, and their main message is they support the tax commission's findings. Commissioners agree that the assessment process has been badly flawed. They say part of the problem is the required inspections of properties with assessment increases of more than 15% just weren't done. A statement from County Executive Frank White's office says that the order could result in losses exceeding $100 million for cities, schools, libraries, and fire districts. He says he plans to fight the order. Legislators agree this is going to hit the county hard.
So the likelihood of us getting to a cash repayment is going to be really challenging unless we're going to dig into our county coffers and look at trying to not fund operations for us to make up that. $100 million, that's nearly an entire department. That's the Parks and Rec department from our budget lines.
Well, as of right now, it's not clear when or if Jackson County property owners would even see a refund.
We know that they've been fighting these assessments for months, more than a year now, and more than 100,000 people are still actively appealing assessments. Lynn and James Boyer tell us they spent 20 hours fighting theirs and finally settled it in February. Their appeal brought their assessment down from $473,000 to $250,000. That's still well above the 15% cap, though. They blame the county executive and assessor for this debacle.
I was taught if you make a mistake, you own up to the mistake, you try to make it right. It doesn't appear that the county wants to make this right.
County Executive Frank White and the assessor Gail McCann Beatty say that they stand by their assessments. The State Tax Commission wants the county to resolve this by August 24th, and that's just 15 days away, so we'll be keeping a close eye on it. We know just yesterday a Jackson County Circuit judge dismissed a lawsuit against the county filed by the state of Missouri over the assessment process. Attorney General Andrew Bailey requested the dismissal, saying that in light of the State Tax Commission order, continuing the case would just be a waste of resources. In a statement, Bailey praised the order, writing, "This is a huge win for every property owner in Missouri, but especially in Jackson County. I will always fight for Missourians who are being overtaxed." Stay with KMBC 9 News as we track developments in Jackson County, closely watching to see how the county handles this new order to pay back property owners. We'll bring you updates on air and online at KMBC.com.
Right now, Johnson County, Kansas is sending out notices to property owners about proposed tax increases. KMBC 9's Morgan Mobley joins us live this morning with what taxpayers need to know. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Well, starting on August 10th, residents will be receiving a notice comparing current proposed tax rates to revenue neutral rates. Now, this notice will lay out dates, times, and locations of public hearings scheduled by taxing authorities planning to exceed their revenue neutral rates. The hearings offer an opportunity for property owners to voice their opinions before final tax rates are set. Property taxes will be calculated on November 1st, and the final tax amount may vary from the estimates provided. Statements will be issued later on in November, and the first half of payments will be due December 20th. Reporting live in Leawood, Morgan Mopley, KMBC 9 News.
Morgan, thanks. 6:05 right now. The first presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump is now set. Candidates will take the stage in September. And as our Jackie DeFusco reports, this comes after a lot of uncertainty that there would even be a debate at all.
Yeah, Cody, Jamie, former President Trump previously backed out of this September 10th debate with ABC News. Now he says he's back in, and he's proposing 2 more with other networks.
I think it's very important that we have them. I hope she agrees to them September 4th, September 10th, September 25th, and I think they'll be very revealing.
Well, I'm glad that he's finally agreed to a debate on September 10th. I'm looking forward to it, and hope he shows up.
Are you open to more debate?
I am happy to have that conversation about an additional debate for after September 10th.
Now, the stakes are high for both sides here. President Joe Biden's poor debate performance back in June is largely what drove calls for him to drop out of the race. Now, Vice President Kamala Harris's candidacy is surging Democratic enthusiasm and resetting the polls. Looking to stunt that momentum on Thursday, Trump made his first public appearance since Harris officially became the Democratic nominee and named her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Trump says he hasn't recalibrated his strategy at all, though. At his press conference spanning more than 1 hour, Trump also criticized Harris for having not yet done a formal interview since announcing her presidential bid almost 3 weeks ago now. Now, Harris says that she hopes to do one by the end of this month. Reporting on Washington, I'm Jackie DeFusco, KMBC 9 News.
Again, ABC News will host the debate September 10th, and you can watch it on KMBC 9.
It is 6:06. I want to check back in with Nick Bender. Get you ready to head out the door this morning. Gonna need to bundle up.
I mean,
yeah,
you might.
strange.
Some may need a jacket or a hoodie just to kind of take the chill off because it is on the cooler side. It's 54 degrees. That is a new record for the day. The previous record was 55, and that was set back in 1924. Refreshing this afternoon, 74 degrees, so fall-like weather for today. And for tomorrow, we'll probably set another record low, 57 degrees. The record for the day tomorrow, 58 degrees. And looking ahead through the weekend, fantastic to make outside plans. You're going to farmers markets, you're going to ball games, you're in good shape. If you're hoping to have a hot summer day to head to the pool, this is not your weekend. 77 degrees on Saturday. There is a change on Sunday. Not the temperatures. Highs are still going to fall well below normal, but there's a chance of a few showers, possibly a thunderstorm in the morning through the day. Doesn't look like a washout day, Johnny, but rain and storm chances do begin to increase as we head into the next week.
All right, amazing how chilly it is this morning. Thanks so much, Nick. As we take a look at your first alert traffic, not seeing a bad run at all on the interstates and freeways. And it is at 435 in Antioch, where a little while ago we had a report of a stalled car. It looks like it's going to be on the shoulder of the road. Right now, it looks like, too, that they've turned the camera around a little bit here from the Scout folks. So, for the most part, we are seeing a quiet start to the rush hour. We've seen light traffic for the last few weeks. Starting next week, we'll start to see traffic pick up a little bit as some school districts get back into session and a lot of summer vacation is over. But having said that, anticipating today will be extremely light. It's been pretty light all week long. Friday, last weekend before school starts for a lot. Yeah, we'll see. I bet it's going to be pretty easy. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Johnny. Well, it's almost time for the Chiefs' first game of the preseason.
They're off today, headed to Jacksonville to face the Jaguars tomorrow. And we've seen a lot of hype ahead of time about this year's receivers. Of course, we have players returning like Isaiah Pacheco, Sky Moore, Travis Kelce. This year, though, the Chiefs are adding Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy to the mix. And while it's been exciting for us to see them at camp, the offense says they're certainly ready to go up against a defense that isn't coached by Steve Spagnuolo.
I'm extremely excited. I mean, obviously for me to go out there and play with these guys and showcase what we have the ability to do, but to learn from our mistakes too. I mean, you want to go out there and play for real and play against someone else. I'm tired of going against Spags and every defense known to man. And so I think just going out there, letting the guys play, make decisions under fire, and have them make those right decisions and learn from the mistakes after.
Chiefs take on the Jaguars in Jacksonville tomorrow night. Kickoff set for 6 Kansas City time.
Lawrence police make a massive drug bust.
Next, we're going to show you their huge discovery and the question investigators are still working to answer.
And Central High School's football team is back. Hear from the new head coach ahead of the Blue Eagles' return to the gridiron.
I'll get you ready for what could be multiple rounds of rain and thunderstorms beginning Sunday, stretching into next week with First Alert Future Scan. It's coming up.
Your station leading the way, getting you prepared for important events and changes that affect your day. KMBC 9 News.
It is 6:13 on your Friday morning. Taking a live look over the Country Club Plaza where the sun is rising. Fall has entered the chat. We've hit a record low for today. 54 degrees as you're waking up. Nick's going to show you the best times to enjoy the autumn-like air this weekend while avoiding rain showers. Good morning, Johnny Rollins. How's the road looking?
Everything's looking good right now, just not seeing anything in the way of any big problems and not anticipating heavy traffic's going to have anything to do with any problem we might have this morning. So right now we're seeing a wide open run, nice and easy start here from the Northland for sure. Southbound I-35 just past 152 Highway and headed on down to Pleasant Valley, 435 and all the way to downtown. I-35 looking pretty much like this, to the northeast corner of the downtown loop coming off the Bond Bridge. So early start here. We're not seeing any kind of slowdown anywhere, so certainly no need for you to head out early. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Johnny. Well, today Mayor Quinton Lucas will share a major milestone in the Reconnecting the Eastside 71 Highway project. In June, the City Council passed an ordinance to create a plan and set aside money to improve the highway corridor between Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and East 85th Street. The city is using part of a $5 million grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation to do the planning study for this project. The mayor is expected to announce the milestone in a news conference this morning at 9 o'clock. You can count on KMBC 9 for full coverage. At 6:14, today marks 10 years since police shot and killed an 18-year-old Michael Brown. This sparked some of the first Black Lives Matter protests in the U.S. Ferguson, Missouri police officer Darren Wilson shot Brown, a black teen, 6 times in August 2014 after an encounter on the street. Brown was unarmed. Wilson claimed he had feared for his safety and was never charged. The killing sparked weeks of protest and chaos in Ferguson, just outside of St. Louis. On Monday, Kansas City, Missouri police and other local leaders participated in a state of policing town hall. The goal here was just to inspire reform and improve police-community relations.
Police in Lawrence, Kansas make a huge drug bust thanks to a canine officer and his handler. They seized more than 33 pounds of meth, more than a pound of cocaine during a security sweep at a local transportation facility. Officers say this canine officer, Shadow, is responsible for finding all the drugs in a piece of luggage. Investigators will be sending the drugs to the KBI to see if they have any fentanyl in them. So far, no arrests. Missouri's Division of Cannabis Regulations out with another recall of marijuana products. Listen up, DCR recalling products sold by C&C Manufacturing because they weren't tracked in the state system. That's required by law. That means the department can't really verify if the products follow health and safety requirements. These were sold under a number of different brand names. You can see a complete list online at mo.cannabis.gov.
A Kansas City school is bringing back its football team.
There we go. Good. That's much better. Thank you.
The Central High Blue Eagles are going to return to the gridiron this year. After a year off campus, you might remember Central High School was at risk of closing last fall under the original Blueprint 2030 plan, but strong alumni support helped save the program. And the school's program is now being revamped under the direction of new head coach Michael Kleiss, who just hopes to instill a sense of community amongst his players. The first goal, get all the players on the same page.
Coming from Los Angeles, some of us, some of the kids have already played, from 8 years old, coming here to Central. A lot of these kids have not played football before, so it's been interesting, it's been fun. Progress has been really good.
Coach Kleiss had recruited enough players to make up just a varsity team this year, but Central High School's first game is August 31st at home against Buchanan. Right now, 3 Chiefs Super Bowl rings are up for auction through Heritage Auctions.
Yeah, from now until next weekend, you can bid on them. One is from a staff member for the Chiefs in the 2022 season. The other 2 are player rings from Super Bowl 54 and 57. People with Heritage Auctions say players have different reasons for parting with their bling, but the values will always be high.
Top of the line rings, the Type A rings with all the diamonds included, those are the ones that are most sought after by collectors. There's typically, I would say, 100 or less examples created that are out there.
To learn more about each ring up for auction, visit the Heritage website, ha.com. Kansas City is celebrating a local Olympian who's bringing home the gold.
We're talking about Raytown South grad Quincy Hall, who won a gold medal in the 400 meter earlier this week. Hall trailed for most of the race before taking the lead. Just before crossing the finish line, Mayor Quentin Lucas took a moment to recognize Hall during last night's City Council meeting.
What was also exciting was seeing those last 100 meters that he was able to run in an absolutely exhausting race. I know several on the council and the manager ran track or cross country in college, but I know y'all ain't got wheels like that.
Quincy finished the race with a time of 43.40 seconds. That is the 5th fastest time ever recorded in the 400 meter.
Because of the Olympics, Sporting Kansas City is taking a break from MLS play, taking part in the Leagues Cup. Club begins knockout stage at Columbus Crew tonight. Sporting's hoping to avenge the 4-0 loss they suffered in June.
A lot of guys have contributed, and a lot of guys have stepped up that maybe haven't in the past, and now they are. So depth-wise, we're better with our rotation.
Thought to ourselves, do we want to be this team that walks into that place and gets a result like that? So I think that's what's kind of changed it. I think all of us, it just kind of lit something up inside of us.
The winner of the match advances to the round of 16 to play Miami. Kickoff in Columbus set for 6:30 tonight. We have school starting up for many kids next week. Kids hoping to get that last ditch piece of summer. Sorry, it's going to be fall.
Yeah, not going to get it this weekend. It's going to feel like fall today, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll have morning lows in the 50s and high temperatures reaching into the 70s, and it's not going to feel humid at all. So it really will feel like autumn this weekend, maybe like a late September or an early October morning. Like this morning, temperatures are in the low 50s, climbing into the upper 50s by 7 o'clock, low 70s for this afternoon with a light north breeze on our 12-hour forecast in Kansas City and a mix of sun and clouds through the day. Pretty nice. I mean, if you still want the summer heat, don't worry, it's coming back next week. But for those of you that just wanted a reprieve, maybe want a little bit of help with the air conditioning bill, these next few days are for you. Highs this afternoon, low in mid 70s with a north breeze of 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow morning will be just as cool and comfortable, more than likely setting another record low in Kansas City for the date. 58 degrees is the record low for tomorrow morning, forecasting 57 degrees. 70s for highs on Sunday, but here's the change. On Sunday, there's a chance of a few showers and possibly a thunderstorm. Not a washout day, but there's a chance in the morning for, say, your church services or brunch, and then that will continue through the afternoon. Rain and storm chances increase Sunday night into Monday morning. A lot of students are heading back to the classroom next week. Parents and guardians might want to start thinking about getting that rain gear ready over the weekend. You might want to start thinking about setting that alarm a little earlier to give yourself some extra drive time. Chance of a shower or storm will linger in the middle of the week, and then here comes summer heat again. Typical summer heat. 89 on Wednesday, then near 90 on Thursday and Friday.
Okay, thank you, Nick. A local community center is helping kids across the metro get ready to head back to class. Next, your chance to snag some free school supplies today. This football season, Travis Kelce will enter his game show era.
And we're getting a first look at his new gig. It's called Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? It'll debut on Amazon Prime on October 16th. So it's a TV show, game show. One contestant has to rely on a classroom of celebrities to answer elementary school level questions. And some of those celebs include former wide receiver Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Don't worry, Travis still playing ball for the Chiefs. This is just a neat side gig. We wish him well on that. A Kansas City nonprofit group is making sure students are prepared to head back to school.
And the Maddie Road Center is what's helping out. They held their annual back to school rally on Thursday. People came out to their northeast location off of North Topping Avenue to get free backpacks, school supplies, and books. There were also vision screenings, haircuts, and sports physicals.
We want back to school to be a happy, exciting time. You know, we want kids to be really excited and families to be relaxed and ready for, there's enough craziness at school to go around. So we want to try to ease that a little bit here. So that's why we were trying to get as much stuff into their hands as possible and get them prepared for academic success.
Well, there's another back to school rally today at the Guadalupe Center from 4 to 7. The free school supplies are first come, first serve. You have a chance to help kids from across the metro while doing your grocery shopping this week.
Hey, why not? KMBC9 Cares for Kids stuffing a bus with school supplies for Operation Breakthrough. Our crews have been at different Hy-Vees across the metro this week. Today, First Student Bus is at the Hy-Vee in Olathe right now at 151st and Black Bob Road, so go check it out. Bring your donations anytime until 5 this evening. You can also donate money to Operation Breakthrough by scanning the QR code here on your screen or going to kmbc.com/community.
We are watching the latest developments in Jackson County after a big decision from the Missouri State Tax Commission over sky-high property assessments. The major impact this order could have on the county. Next.
And yeah, it's August 9th, but it's brisk, baby. It's cold outside. Record low this morning. How about that? Bring the light jacket. Nick Bender is going to let us know when that fall weather lets up next.
KMBC 9 First News starts now.
Fall enters the room. Coming up, I'll show you the best times to enjoy autumn-like air this weekend and avoid the rain showers.
We really don't have a plan B because, again, this is something that's unprecedented.
We are watching the ripple effects of a new state order telling Jackson County to pay back taxpayers hit with property assessments that were high, the impact this could have on schools.
Johnson County, Kansas, sending out important tax notices to property owners. We'll walk you through how to interpret this document when you get it in the mail very soon. Coming up on 6:30 on your Friday. Thanks for waking up with us for First News Today. I'm Cody Holyoke.
And I'm Jamie Weiss. Nick Bender here with your First Alert forecast. We broke a record this morning when it comes to the temperature.
Yeah, 54 degrees is the current temperature. 55 was the record. Not much of a difference between the two other than in the record books. And what that means is it feels cool out. You might need a jacket. I mean, it might go that far in some spots. Patchy fog, not really that much of a possibility anymore now that the sun is up. A light north breeze at 6 miles per hour. This is a morning when you step outside, you're just going to go, feels a little bit like fall this morning, like a late September and early October morning. Light north breeze at 6 miles per hour and a mix of sunshine and cloud cover. 54 degrees in Cameron, Liberty, Trenton, 55 in St. Joe and Maryville, near 60 degrees in Belton and Grandview. 12-hour forecast for today in Kansas City. Yeah, it's going to feel a lot like fall today. High temperatures only reaching in the mid-70s. That's what might be more surprising to me than the record low this morning is just how cool it's going to be for an early August afternoon compared to normal, which is close to 90 degrees. We hit the brakes before we even get to 75. It's about 15 degrees below normal for this time of year. 76 in Paola, 77 in Lacine, 74 in St. Joe, and there will be clouds that just kind of stream overhead throughout the day. It's unlikely that we get any rain showers. You might get a drop or two that falls out of the clouds, Johnny, but a lot of that stuff's going to be falling through dry air and evaporating before it makes it down to the ground.
Could this be the first ever August sweater weather? How about that? It is chilly as you head out this morning, and thankfully you're not going to have to worry about anything other than enjoying the cool, crisp morning here because traffic is looking good. 6:31 now. Taking a look at your First Alert traffic. The I-70 run coming towards us, eastbound towards downtown from the Kansas side, just past 635. That's going to be the 38th Street exit that has the cones there. It is closed for construction, but otherwise not a factor here. We've talked about the light traffic for a while here with vacation time, wrapping up the unofficial end of summer. Well, wrapping up summer, unofficially ending when school starts. We'll put it that way for a lot of kids. But one way or the other, still light today. Next week, probably pick up a little bit, but right now we'll enjoy the very easy run. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9, back to you in the studio.
We'll take it, Johnny. Thank you. The future of property taxes is up in the air right now in Jackson County, Missouri.
The two recent decisions are causing more chaos and confusion. On Wednesday, the Missouri Tax Commission ordered a rollback of 75% of the county's 2023 assessments, saying the county did them incorrectly. Increases are now capped at 15% with a few exceptions, and that means the county will have to refund taxpayers. But it's not clear how that's going to happen.
We'll keep pressing them on that. We know Thursday morning, the Missouri Attorney General filed a motion to drop his case against the county, which was meant to challenge the assessment process. The judge dismissed the suit with prejudice, which means it cannot be brought back to court.
The order could have ripple effects across the county, I should say, impacting all kinds of services and entities like schools.
You think about it, property tax dollars form a huge part of the school district's budgets. Money goes towards salaries, operating expenses, you name it. We did reach out to several districts. Many tell us they are looking at this order, trying to figure out how this is going to directly affect them. The independent school superintendent says he's concerned.
Really, we are just in limbo with the ruling that came out. We don't know exactly what that equates to as far as dollars and cents. Obviously, if there's a cap at 15%, we do know that's going to equate to millions of dollars. So that has a huge impact on us, especially since we've already set our budget.
And Dale Hurl there tells us that the district has to set its tax levy number by October 1st. Administrators, though, don't know if that's going to be an accurate assessment based on this new ruling. We'll be watching. We'll continue to follow developments on this ruling, including the impacts, what the county does moving forward, and, of course, how you'll get your money the state says you're owed. Look for updates on air and online at KMBC.com. While Jackson County deals with its property tax problem across the state line, Johnson County home and property owners can expect an important notice about their taxes soon.
Let's bring in KMBC 9's Morgan Mobley joining us live this morning just to explain. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Well, starting on August 10th, residents will be receiving notifications comparing current proposed tax rates with revenue neutral rates. Now, these notices will lay out dates, times, and locations of public hearings scheduled by taxing authorities planning to exceed the revenue neutral rates. The hearings offer an opportunity for property owners to voice their opinions before final tax rates are set. Property taxes will be calculated on November 1st, and the final tax amount may vary from the estimates provided. Statements will be issued later on in November. The first half of payments will be due on December 20th. Reporting live in Leawood, Morgan Mobley, KMBC 9 News.
Morgan, thank you. 4 new lawsuits have now been filed against the now closed Hereford House in Leawood. That brings the total number to 13. Plaintiffs claim they got sick after eating at the restaurant between April 6th and April 16th. This all stems from the big food contamination investigation that resulted in 21-year-old Jace Hansen facing several charges. Police say he admitted to contaminating food in the kitchen. He was a worker at the time. The restaurant closed, owners say, because of financial strain. There will be at least one presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump. Trump had backed out of the debate after President Biden dropped out of the race.
And now he's back in, and Harris says she's open to the idea of more debates if Trump shows up next month. Here's ABC's Perry Russum.
This morning, a confirmed presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump. The two candidates agreeing to face off September 10th on ABC.
I'm looking forward to it, and hope he shows up.
I think it's very important to have debates.
At his news conference in Mar-a-Lago, Trump says they also agreed to debate on Fox before the debate on ABC. But Harris's campaign team says that's not accurate, adding all future debates will be contingent on Trump showing up on September 10th.
I am happy to have that conversation about an additional debate for after September 10th.
Harris and her running mate, Governor Tim Walz, speaking to the United Auto Workers Union yesterday in Michigan. At his Florida estate, Trump speaking with reporters for an hour, questioning Harris's intelligence, accusing her of avoiding reporters, and suggesting he's attracted larger crowds at his rallies than Martin Luther King Jr.
Nobody's spoken to crowds bigger than me. If you look at Martin Luther King, when he did his speech, his great speech, and you look at ours, same real estate, same everything, same number of people, if not, we had more.
When speaking about Harris's relationship decades ago with former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown, Trump inaccurately describing surviving a near-death experience in a helicopter.
Well, I know Willie Brown very well. In fact, I went down in a helicopter with him. We thought maybe this is the end. We were in a helicopter going to a certain location together, and there was an emergency landing. This was not a pleasant landing.
According to the New York Times, Trump apparently confused Willie Brown with former California Governor Jerry Brown. Both men say they were never on a helicopter with Trump that made an emergency landing. Trump is on the campaign trail for the first time this week. He has a rally in Montana today. Harris will be in Arizona. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
6:37, Kansas City, Missouri Mayor Pro Tem Raina Park Shaw and others are working to boost access to voting in Kansas City. She'll introduce a city measure for the Vote Your Voice KC project. This would lead to kiosks being put in all of the community centers around the city so that residents could register to vote and check their registration status. The news conference is set for later this afternoon. The primary elections are in the books, so we're already starting to see the impact of your vote. This week on Heart of the Matter, we're diving deep into the election results, looking at the big races in Kansas and Missouri and what they can mean for you, also what they mean for the November election. I'll sit down with Mayor Quinton Lucas as well to discuss the big KCPD funding measure passed at the polls in Missouri Tuesday and talk about what this means for policing in KC. That's all on Heart of the Matter, Sunday morning at 11 on KMBC 9. And start up the countdown. Yep. I know we just had an election day, but we're 88 days out from the next one, the November elections. You still have a couple of months to register ahead of time if you haven't yet. In Missouri, the deadline is October 9th. It's October 15th in Kansas.
Time now is 6:38. Want to check back in with First Alert meteorologist Nick Bender. It's, the last weekend of summer for a lot of families. Does not feel like the last weekend of summer.
No, it doesn't. With morning lows, down in the 50s and setting record lows. We're going to do that again tomorrow morning with temperatures dropping down into the 50s as well. So a little on the chilly side as we head in through the weekend. We look at that First Alert 9-day forecast on Saturday. 57 in the morning, 77 degrees in the afternoon. There is a change though for Sunday. There's a chance of a few rain showers, maybe a rumble of thunder in the morning and then again in the afternoon. Rain and storm chances increasing Sunday night into Monday morning. So a lot of students head back to the classrooms next week. Two things to keep in mind over the weekend. One, you might need some extra drive time on Monday morning. And you might want to think about setting that alarm a little earlier and maybe get the kids' rain gear out and have that handy in case those storms do stretch through the bus stop. There's some chance that they end before sunrise on Monday, and that would be great because then it wouldn't have as much of an impact. Rain and storm chances will linger through the middle of the week. Cody.
Nick, thank you. Kansas City Chiefs are just one day away from their first preseason game.
The Chiefs are taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars tomorrow, and we know the starters are only going to play for a quarter, so we'll see how the Chiefs tackle the new kickoff rules. Head coach Andy Reid says the special teams unit will be ready.
Dave Tobe, our special teams coach, he's been practicing it since OTAs. So he's tried to find the things that you can do and that you can't do. So it'll be a bit of a learning process as we go, but we think we have a decent plan for it.
After this weekend, the Chiefs are going to be back on the practice field at 10:15 Monday morning in St. Joe. Tuesday and Wednesday practice is at 9:15, and then Thursday, final practice of training camp in St. Joe. It's also Military Appreciation Day. Everything gets started at 8:15.
6:40 on your Friday. A teacher's event spent getting her classroom ready for the year is upended by an uninvited guest.
A bear found his way into the classroom next. The creative way she and her husband finally got it out.
And we're keeping you safe with a warning about these Samsung stoves. We'll explain a problem regulators say could cause a fire.
Cool and comfortable aren't words I usually use to describe early August, but that's what it's going to feel like this weekend. Coming up, I'll get you ready for what could be multiple rounds of rain and thunderstorms beginning Sunday with First Alert Future Scan.
Your station leading the way, getting you prepared so you can plan today with confidence. KMBC 9 News.
.43 on your Friday morning. It is cool outside. Yeah, fall is here. Kind of, for a little bit. Nick's going to show us the best times that we can enjoy this cooler change in the weather while avoiding some rain showers. But Johnny, we will take this for as long as we can have a nice reprieve in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking about it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas and putting August in there because it's so bizarre that it is this cool. But yeah, certainly not complaining and refreshing for a lot, especially really for those who don't have any air conditioning, with only have windows and such and fans to work with. So nice to know that there isn't a lot of concern right now for the extra heat. Hopefully won't get too bad again before we head into fall. I'm sure we'll see some hot stuff, but not today. And so far, everybody responding well. Highways look good. Westbound I-70, this look from Blue Ridge Cutoff, the George Brett Bridge right out by the sports complex, top of the hill near 40 Highway, Blue Ridge Boulevard, all the way into the 435 interchange. Wide open for you right now. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Johnny. Well, authorities in Austria have arrested a third teenager they say was involved in a terror plot targeting a Taylor Swift concert. Austria's interior minister says police arrested an 18-year-old they believe had been in contact with the main suspect. Authorities say the other suspects, a 19-year-old and 17-year-old, had been planning to attack fans at one of Swift's shows in Vienna. She canceled all 3 shows after these arrests were made. Well, back to school is right around the corner, and teachers know getting the classroom ready can be stressful.
Yeah, one teacher found herself in an extremely stressful situation.
He wants to get out.
I know, but how are we going to do it without being in the way?
Yeah, you don't want to be that close. That's a bear who welcomed himself into Elaine Salmon's, her last name's Salmon, really? Yeah, this is in California. Mrs. Salmon's classroom while she was making some copies. She said she immediately shut the door. Instead of calling authorities, she called her husband.
Well, because he's my man, you know.
Couple had to get creative to let the bear out. Ms. Salmon tapped on a window across the room to distract the bear while her husband got behind the door, opened, and eventually coaxed him out. Thankfully, they're okay.
Well, we are keeping you safe with a warning about a stove recall. Samsung is recalling more than 1 million stoves, both gas and electric. Regulators say pets and humans can accidentally start a fire by bumping into one of the knobs if there's something flammable on the stove. There are several videos that show this exact scenario playing out. Samsung says it'll provide free knob locks or covers to anyone that's impacted with these impacted stoves. And BMW is recalling more than 100,000 cars over a problem with a starter motor. The company says it can fail, and when drivers make repeated attempts to start the car, it can overheat and start a fire. The recall affects crossovers and sedans from 2019 and 2020. If your car is impacted, you'll get a notice in the mail. Dealers can fix the issue with a free software update.
Right now, Kansas City, Missouri police need your help finding another porch pirate. Check out this surveillance video they released from Brookside. Shows a man stealing packages and also dry cleaning from a front porch Tuesday. Yeah, police hope someone will recognize the guy or the car. Here's a picture of him, pretty good one. If you have any info that could help police, get in touch with Crime Stoppers. Remember, you never have to give your name. A popular pop punk band from the 90s and 2000s has canceled its concert in Kansas City tonight. Blink-182 will not take the stage at T-Mobile Center because of an illness. So if you bought a ticket through Ticketmaster, the venue says your refund will be issued automatically. Otherwise, if you bought through a third party, you're going to need to contact them for a refund.
Kansas City Public Schools are welcoming back a well-known football team this year, the Central High Blue Eagles. They last took the field in the 2022 season. That fall, Central High School was one of the identified schools that could have to close due to the Blueprint 2030 plan. It was meant to strengthen the district, which required the closure of several schools. Well, alumni support saved Central, but it was too late to support a team in 2023. So now the goal after a year off is to bring the school back together with the gridiron. A new coach is recruiting former players. Some even had to play for the crosstown rival last year.
In junior year, I played for Southeast. It was rough not playing for my team, but now that I'm back, I'm happy.
We think we're going to start fast. We think we can make it to the championship this year and start something great.
So what's the goal then?
To win the championship, go undefeated, win the state championship.
Central High School's first football game of the season will be at home on August 31st against Buchanan.
The U.S. is now over the 100 medal mark in the Paris Games. The U.S. leads all countries with 103 medals, 30 golds there. China just got another gold, so they're tied at 30 golds. But again, we have way more medals. Then it's Australia with 18 golds, France and Great Britain with 14 golds, followed by Japan with 13. Big Team USA news. U.S. sprinter Noah Lyles earned bronze in the 200-meter final yesterday. Turned out he was running with COVID. After the race, you could see him gasping for air. Crews took him off the track in a wheelchair. Apparently, he had tested positive Tuesday, 2 days after winning gold in the 100-meter race. Lyles posted on Instagram overnight that he believes his Olympics are done.
The U.S. men's basketball team is headed to the gold medal game. They defeated Serbia 95-91, all thanks to Steph Curry's team leading 36 points. They're going to take on the host France in the gold medal game tomorrow. And the U.S. women's soccer team is dreaming of gold today as they prepare to take on Brazil in the gold medal match tomorrow.
Yeah, it's one of their biggest matches to date. Hearst Olympic correspondent Jason Newton's in Paris ahead of time.
Cody and Jamie, Team USA playing with plenty of attitude, but not what you think. They are very tough, but they are playing with joy.
3 stars, 3 goals apiece. They are walking into Saturday's match with Brazil with confidence. Winning seems to help with that, but there's something else. They say their mindset, built on freedom and joy, seems to be a winning combination.
So I feel like this time around it's just more, I don't want to say fun because we're working so hard and we're meshing and we're doing so much behind the scenes, but I just feel like we're all free, which has been so nice to see.
It's been stressful at times, but it also has been really fun. And I think that's the theme that you're starting to hear a lot, is that it's been fun. We've been playing with joy. And so when you bring those things to it, I think the mental health part, the stress and the pressure and all that kind of stuff is kind of in the back.
Freedom and joy help, but it also helps to be good. Sophia Smith with the winner against Germany in the semis, propelling them into their 6th Olympic final as a team.
And how about their coach, Emma Hayes, unbeaten in 8 games at the Paris Olympics? Jason Newton, KMBC 9 News.
Team USA faces Brazil tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Kansas City time.
After a day off, the Royals are back in action tonight. They're going to welcome the Cardinals to Kauffman Stadium. This is the second half of the I-70 series. The Royals took the first 2 games in St. Louis last month. Michael Lorenzen will be on the mound for Boys in Blue. First pitch is set for 7:10 tonight. And also tonight, you can jam out with Shaq after the game at Kauffman. DJ Diesel will perform a set on the field after the final out. If you have a ticket to the game, you can enjoy the concert, but if you want to get up close, you can buy a field pass starting at $25. KMBC 9 Cares for Kids needs your help to send hundreds of kids back to school in style.
We're stuffing a bus with school supplies for Operation Breakthrough. Been doing it all week. Crews have been at several Hy-Vees across the metro collecting supplies. Right now, the first student bus is parked at the Hy-Vee in Olathe at 151st and Black Bob Road. So stop by, say hi, bring your donations anytime till 5 this evening.
You can also donate to Operation Breakthrough by scanning the QR code on your screen or by going to kmbc.com/community.
The people down there at the bus might have to wear a light jacket this morning.
Yeah, the Letterman jackets, bring them back in
Sure.
honor of school.
That October feel is in the air this morning and will continue to remain in the air through the weekend. Feeling a lot like fall today, Saturday and Sunday. Morning lows in the 50s and highs in the 70s. You know, the normal high this time of year is closer to 90 degrees. It gives you any idea where we should be and where we will be. It's just a season apart here. 12-hour forecast for today in Kansas City. A mix of sun and cloud cover through the day. A light north breeze, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. High temperature, 74 degrees in Kansas City. Waking up and heading outside to temperatures in the low 50s in Cameron, Trenton, Liberty, Excelsior Springs in Kansas City. 55 in Warrensburg, 57 in Clinton, with highs this afternoon in the mid-70s, about 75 degrees, give or take a degree or 2 on either side of that, and similar temperatures for the weekend. But I want to highlight the change to the weather that might have an impact on your outdoor plans. Sunday, a chance of a few showers or a thunderstorm beginning in the morning, stretching into the afternoon. Now, that rain and thunderstorm chance increases Sunday night into early Monday morning. There's still some question marks on the timing, but you might need to start thinking about giving yourself some extra drive time on Monday, setting that alarm a little earlier, and getting the kids' rain gear set aside on Sunday if they are returning to the classroom on Monday. Rain and storm chances will continue through the middle of the week. Chances, not guarantees or impact days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And what you can guarantee is that it's going to get hot again. You know, it's early August. We're not to fall yet. Highs returning to near 90 degrees on Wednesday, stretching into the following weekend.
6:55 this morning, the debate is back on between Vice President Kamala Harris, former President Donald Trump. Both candidates agreed to the ABC News debate coming up on September 10th after Trump spent weeks saying he might not do it. Good Morning America will look at where things stand in both campaigns next on Channel 9.
Here at home, Jackson County leaders are left reeling after a ruling by the Missouri State Tax Commission. The commission says 75% of 2023 property assessments are incorrect, and they're ordering the county to pay property owners back. When First News continues next on KCWE, we'll share reactions from taxpayers and the impact this ruling could have on budgets across the county.
Autumn-like weather as we head into the weekend. As you step outside this morning, I mean, you're really going to feel it. Temperatures only in the 50s. This afternoon, 74 degrees. Look at the normal high, 88. And we're not going to be anywhere near that through the day. 74 degrees and then cooling into the 60s later this evening. If you have some late evening plans, you might need a jacket. You might need a jacket tomorrow morning. The weather pattern changes on Sunday with a chance of showers, maybe a few thunderstorms stretching into early next week, especially Sunday night and early Monday morning. Typical summer heat and humidity makes a return next Wednesday. So you got about a 5-day stretch there where your bodies are going to get a break, your electric bill is going to get a break, and then we're back to around 90-degree highs heading into next weekend. Looks like a better weekend if you want to try to get out to the pool or lake if those pools are still open.
More summer-like. Yeah, good point. Thanks for joining us. GMA is next. First News continues on KCWE.
Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you right back here Monday morning.
ABC 9 First